Welcome, my friends. Buck here. It's the bait shop Saturday night. How is everybody this week? Good, I hope. Getting a lot of water here in Pennsylvania. I've had enough. Enough is enough. Hey, we got a lot in the news this week, so we're gonna take some time and talk about that. We're going to Florida tonight. We're headed down to the Everglades. We're going to do a little fishing down there. Level 18 waterway. Going to cost you 11.5 thousand. Travel and license, and we got 15 species of fish. Now this is going to be, actually, this is the first lake since we started from Lone Star up. This is the one with the most. Mudwater, I think, had 13. 13, I think Mudwater has something like that, 13 or 14, and we managed to catch everything at Mudwater. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try this week. Keep our string going. See if we can do it. But what I've been waiting for finally showed up this week. So I want to go over there, take a look at that. We'll dissect what they told us anyway. Get a look at what, at least a couple of things that they showed us. I'm sure that there's more. I'm sure of it. But we'll see. All right, Buck, let's go over there. That goofy box don't work again tonight. It was working all day while I was editing. As soon as 5 minutes before showtime, I'm hammering on buttons and nothing's happening. What are you going to do? Lake guide. Let's pull that up. Oh, there it is. That'll work. Let's take a look at this stuff. Oh, you better turn that other stuff off, though, because it's in the middle. Location pics. Let's get rid of that. All right. Gearing up. Hey, anglers. All right. So, just a bunch of hoopla right there. Nothing important. Saltwater bottom spinning rods. Finally, we're getting some bottom rods that aren't casting reels. So, that's going to be kind of cool. We're getting the Karasutoha 190 SE. That's 6'3", guys. So that's a 6'3" stick. All right, it's looking at casting weight here. Let's take a look. 200 to 1050. That's a lot. 200 to 1050. Why don't I have that one written down? 190. This is the 190 SE. Yeah. 1050. Where's my 1050? Did I have that down there? Those are the reels. I know I wrote that 1050 down. 450. I can't even read my writing. That's normal. There it is. Gosh. 1050. That's 2.3 pounds. 2.3 pounds. Okay, now this is a 100 kilogram stick. That's 220 pound stick. So we got a spinning rod, spinning bottom rod, 220 pounder. Not too bad. Now we got the Fletcher Bradford Commander. Now this is a 270 SE. That's 8'10". This is like the 8 10.3 inches actually. I think this is our longest. It might be the longest spinning rod we got in the game. What's that Zeus? That's 8. I think it's 8. We have a 9.6. I'm pretty sure we have a 9.6 somewhere. But that's it's the longest one we have out of the saltwater. That's for sure. This is going to be great for shore fishing. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I thought that this first rod here that we were taking a look at with the bent, but it isn't. It's just a normal bottom rod on that guy. These are basically our surf rods that we're getting. So we're getting the Chirito Karasutoha Toha 190, and we're getting the 270 SE here. Now, saltwater casting and spinning. The Coda Cage, that's what they were showing us here. Coda Cage 160 SE. This is a short guy, 5'3". But 80 to 475 kilos on or grams on that. That's 2.8 to 16 and 3/4 ounces as far as your lure weights go for this guy. 55 to 110. That's 242.5 pounds. So we got some good gear coming up. Now, the Chihito Mizujigu, the Mizujigu 170 SE. That's a 5'6" stick. Okay, 50 to 350 grams. That's 1 3/4 to 12 ounces. 90 kilos on that guy's 198 pounds on this stick. Then I kind of like the looks of this here, the Breakwater X. That's a Breakwater X 270 SE. That's an 8'10". 18 to 154, so that's 5/8. 5/8, so you can get less than a 5/8. You know, you can put 3/4 on there, no problem. 5/8, and the 5.3 ounces. That's not too shabby there. So some of these lures that we're getting are obviously going to be, because right now all we got that's over 5 ounces are the pilkers. Right. Oh, and a couple of plugs are 5 3/10, I think. So we do have a couple in the 5 ounce range. Okay, and this guy 30 to 77 kilos. That's 169 pounds. All right, and of course we got some pretty cool looking reels that come with all this. The Jonin, Chihito Jonin 20K SE. That's 108. Max drag 108 on that guy. That's 238 pounds. Now, what's nice about these guys, they're all coming with 12 friction counts. So this gives you high adjustments, which is really sweet. And you want that in these bigger reels when they're heavier. You want that 12. These guys, when they make them with the 8 counts, they suck, really. 8 count friction's not cool. All right, so then we got this Tengu Kai. All right, this is I love the recoveries on these. This guy right here, the recovery is 115 centimeters. That's 45.3 inches. That's pretty sweet. Okay, now this guy here, 120 on the recovery. Right, that's 47 1/4 inches. He's 97.5. That's 215 pounds on that guy. All right, now we got the Jigokuten. I think all this is having to do with jigging. So the the Jigokuten 16,000 SE, 130. That's a 51-inch recovery on that. That's like a spod. That's a spod reel with that kind of recovery. 51 inches. That's like 5 feet, damn near. Okay. Gotta like that. One crank and handle. 89, so that's a 196 pounder right there that we're getting. Here's 100 centimeters. That's a 39.3. That's probably the slowest one. Fletch and Bradford Boss Cast, 20K SE. He's 190, or 89K. 196. Boy, I'm having trouble tonight. Not enough tea. Okay. That guy's 196. And what do we got here? 125 centimeters on this guy, 49-inch recovery, 75 kilos. That's 165 pounder there. So we're getting some nice sticks. I can't wait to try them out. They look pretty cool. Look pretty good. Really interested in this Fletch and Bradford, the Breakwater. That's a nice looking stick, especially if you read up on everything that goes involved in. Pretty good technologies in this gear that they get. I guess they get the okay from these guys who spit it out. All right, let's move forward here. Of course, finally we're getting fluoro. Kind of lame on the colors there, but all right. As long as I can see them in that ocean water. I mean, the braid they got right now is just terrible. I'm an old blind man. I can't see. I like at least the mono is a nice bright orange. You can see it. Look what we're getting here. We're getting purple. This is more of the mono, color series for mono. So I guess the mono line's anything to get you something you can see. Everything else is going to be pretty tough to see. We're getting titanium leaders. That's pretty cool here now. Oh, it's just another cool addition. The extra strong and sharp saltwater hooks with special. Okay. All right, it's not a J hook. It's not a circle hook. Geometry for better hooking efficiency. Huh, I'll have to look into that one. check that out. Okay, kind of cool sinkers. That's pretty sweet there. That design. Now I could see where that really helps for not getting caught up in rocks and stuff. Here we go. Saltwater lures. See, now I love this. Topwater lures. This is where you get that action all the time. So we got saltwater poppers. These new lures ensure maximum splash and attraction, while the reinforced body construction provides long-lasting performance, equipped with strong single hooks of improved catch efficiency. Oh, another shiny addition to the True Anglers will fancy the saltwater stealth poppers. Thin line stealth poppers. Treble hooks. What I'm seeing? Treble hooks. Yeah. Nice. These are single hook poppers here on these guys, but you got two of them at least. That's kind of nice. Then we got some jigging spoons by the looks of this. Yep. Okay. Supposed to be trolling saltwater spoons. Kind of sweet. Luminous trolling octopus. Feature a glow-in-the-dark design. Gotta love these guys, huh? I don't know. I don't do a lot of fishing at night. Don't do a lot of fishing at night. All right. So what's this telling us here? Okay, there's also something new coming for trolling fans. Trolling skirt rigs. Oh, nicely done. I should have read this ahead of time. I didn't bother because I like to be surprised so you guys can see my reaction. Now, this is nice. This is really a nice setup. Trolling hooks, all kinds of skirts. Okay. Like these would be $5,000 a piece. Okay. I like this. Trolling skirt hooks. That's good. That's some sweet stuff there. I like this gear stuff. We can get some good stuff hooked up here. Colors kind of stay close to one another. But we've got some yellows, banana colors already, so this will be a good addition to what we already have. But, of course, we already have trolling octopus. You can't take the skirts off of them. Oh, well. It's still good. I like it. Okay, I guess this is a shot here of how everybody gets their electronics right next to them. Oh, I see how that works. An adjustable rod stand, saltwater baits, and live bait trolling rigs. All right, we know about that. Okay. What's that? Red algae. Huh. Fermentous red algae. Natural rock oyster meat. That's cool. Fish heads. I'm still waiting on our cut bait, Andre. Flying fish of different caliber. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Some new baits. Perfect live bait trolling. Okay, squid. Nice. Available in the game of perfect live bait trolling. One feature of this rig is that the bait must be alive during setup. Even though it usually becomes non-living in the process of rigging, the live bait trolling rigs are highly popular. Well, it works down. I use them down at Blue Crab. I like that live trolling, that whole set with the starter sinkers and everything. That's a good setup. I like that. There it is. Yeah. Good job there, guys. Good job. There it is. That's that Breakwater X. F&B, Frumpy Buckle. I'm telling you guys, I've got my own sticks in here. They just didn't tell me about it. Vertical jigging retrieval. All right. Vertical jigging. Now it's going to actually show up. I mean, we've been doing it in Japan the whole time. So hopefully the update it'll move across the board all the way across. That's pretty sweet. I've been watching a lot of videos this past week. I don't know why they keep hitting me. You know, when you watch fishing videos, they always throw up, everything like you've been watching. Of course, I watch them constantly, so that's all I get. But these guys are jigging down in South America, just tearing up the trevallies with that jigging. Fast jigging, though, really fast, ripping it up through the column, super hard. Wear you out. An hour's worth of jigging, you're wore out. Catamaran fishing spots. Okay, there's our deal. Yeah, adjustments. Got your own little deal right there. Pretty sweet. Adjusted for your size and so you can see. Still trying to figure out if those electronics even work. But we'll see. I think it's a bunch of hoopla myself. Huh. Rod holders are fully adjustable, allowing you to change both the angle and direction. Maximum comfort and flexibility, depending on your preferred fishing style. Pretty cool. Okay, and last but not least, what do we got here? We got it closer to the release and exciting location we take for it. Since we know many of you are actively leveling up, and the waters over in Japan are pretty stuffed lately. We've prepared something just for you. Ultimate Japan bundle, okay. And that's on sale right now on Steam. You can get that, and they offer it to the Xbox players under the. It's not like you can just get it in the store. I guess there's some problem with Microsoft and giving out stuff for free, for gosh sakes. Anyway, so they have to kind of hide it or something. So you're getting it in your personal offer discounts. I just don't get it. All right, so you can grab another one at that discount. And there's for everyone, every single player will. Whoa, we're getting a hat. Check that out, guys. Unique crabby cap. Oh, Buck needs that all the time. They get that on SpongeBob. So we got a fish from Sea of Thieves and a hat from SpongeBob. Mr. Crab. All right. Way to go, New Makuta. I'm liking this. All right. Now all I got to do is get the map delivered to us, huh? What do you think? That'll work for me. All right, Buck, we can go turn that off over. I'm really mad that those buttons aren't working. I have to go do this manually now. That's why it always looked so bad before when I did it. All right. Well, we don't need that up anymore. We can shut that down. Let's talk a little bit about what we're doing tonight. I'm already 15 minutes past it. All right. Let's get some fish going here, Buck. Where are they at? Where's your fish at? There it is. All right. Well, we're going down to the Everglades. We got 13 fish now. 15 fish. So, might as well go through what we got going on over there. Bluegills, of course. We got bluegill down there. Everybody knows number 8 to 2/0. Don't use the 2/0. You'll be waiting around a long time. Bowfins, 1/0 to 6/0 down there. You're going to see a lot of bowfin. They're there. Brown bullhead. Catfish there, butterfly peacock bass. Now these butterfly peacock bass, they say 3 to 7. That's for the 7/0 for them big ones. Down here 3, 4/0, 5/0, real good for the Everglades. Channel cats here 2 to 7/0 for these guys, 2 to 7/0. And again, the channel cats here are rather small, so 1, 2, 3/0, right around in there. You're good. What else we got here? The snook. Got common snook here. Again, they're a little smaller than blue crab, but they're 2/0 to 6/0. 4/0 hooks down there, do you wonder? All the way across the board. 4/0 hooks will probably catch you mostly everything, and you can drop her down. I'm not counting the little panfish of that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying most of your fish you can grab on 4/0 hooks. Okay. Florida Gars in here, 1/0 to 4/0 for this guy again. The gaff top sail catfish, he's kind of smaller. That's a number 1 hook to 2/0. I have a lot of luck with 1/0 with this guy. So 1/0 for him, because the 1/0 works good for your bowfin, works good for your bullhead. You can actually catch shiners on 1/0. But shiners are number 8. Largemouth bass, that's 4 to 4/0. Oscars, we got Oscars in here. I'm saying number 6 to a 1. 6 or 4. I usually hunt my panfish with a 4. So that'll work for you. We got reds in here. That's our first shot at reds. That's red drums, guys. 2/0 to 8/0 for these guys. But they're decent size here. But again, I usually shoot for these reds over at the Salty Delta. But the last time we were here, we were actually catching them over at the lily pad thing, the lily channel there. Reds. They shouldn't be there, but to the right, Salty Delta, over to the right. You'll catch a lot of red drums over in there. And largemouth bass in that same area. So it's kind of cool. It's brackish water. What else then? Did we got the reds? Okay, the red ear sunfish is here. And of course, the tarpon. Tarpon 4/0 to 9/0. Again, here, I 5, 6/0 maybe. That's what I do. Home of the terror tarpon is here. Oh, and the warmouth. The warmouth, number 10 to a 2. Again, you're going after these panfish, 4 or 6, and you're safe. Either one, it don't matter. Baits, you got them up there? No, because we have to turn them on ourselves. And we have to actually switch the scene ourselves. All right. Baits for these guys. Number 1 bait down there, shiners. Shiners work for a lot of the fish. Bloodworms. You want that? You want to make sure you got bloodworms. Shrimp, grasshoppers, crickets. Always have crickets. Everywhere you go, crickets. Crickets are like they're like bloodworms and redworms. You want to always have them in your tackle box. All your cut baits, small, medium, and large, work on this waterway. Redworms, of course. Crawfish cut, leeches, small minnows, large minnows, maggots, semolina, marshmallows. You got the panfish in there. So all that works for all your sunfish and Oscars is all that kind of stuff. Now, blood. Blood is a good one to actually have to take with you. I don't use it a lot, but if you're in certain waterways, this is one of them, because blood has three fish here hit on it and hit good on it. I mean, the brown bullhead will hit on that, the channel cat will hit on it, and the red ear sunfish likes it a lot. So I carry it with me. This is one of the waterways where I will use it if I'm flipping for the panfish. I do pull it out. All right, what else we got up there, Buck? We're gonna have to do the lures here. You better do this so you can use both hands. So we got to find the buttons. Lures, there it is. Now, bass jigs are the favorites down there. Number 1 lures. A lot of folks fish with the bass jigs, and they work, and that's why they're number 1, because most people use them. I'm a surface fisherman, so any waterway that I fish, you'll see Buck caught most of his catches on walkers or something that's on the surface, poppers, walkers, and that's no different here. Walkers, and so it's bass jigs, frogs, crankbaits, poppers, shads, swim baits, and walkers. And the top 5 lures is the 3-foot crawfish crankbait, the 3/0. The next one is that the yellow, red, and black, the popper. I got them up there. They're listed, along with a couple of other ones. But the yellow, red, and black, 2.5 ounce, 2/0. That popper, he's number 2. The trophy spinnerbait, which is a 1 ounce, 4/0. That's the number 3 hot lure down here in Florida. And then number 4 is a 1/2 ounce frog. And it's the dark acid green and green, not the acid green and yellow, the acid green and green. That one there. And of course, number 5 on the list is the walker. In my book, the walker should be number 1. They just don't use them. Not enough fishermen work those walkers. So that's pretty much it. As far as the fishing, we're going to try to get them all. Not spend too much time. Hopefully, the one I'm worried about, because it doesn't bite all the time, but maybe I'll get lucky and grab him right off the bat. I'm going to try to get him right off the bat first. Might be the Oscar. Sometimes I have it. Takes me a while at times, given on a specific day, for that Oscar to bite my line. I don't know why. I guess he doesn't like me much. Hey, gotta put a new video out. Old, but hey, I'm just clicking it off my list. So might want to check that one out. Got the Kajano Dai, the Grouperzilla missions done. The mutant lobsters and Grouperzilla. So got that put out there, folks. You might check that out. Let me know in the comments what you think. Appreciate that. Okay, Buck, let's go take a look at your sticks for tonight. Okay. Well, I'm on my Steam account again because I'm still tied up, so I don't have a big choice of sticks. I'm keeping what I had for the last couple of weeks here, and that's what we're going to run with. I got my Caesar flipping stick like I always carry. He's loaded up with I don't even change the hooks. What's this? A 6-foot crickets. Okay, we'll go with that. Works for me. The Nero, 1010 here, so we got our Nero, 11-pound set up here. So we're good with that. And got small minnows and number 1 on him. We've been tearing up the trout with that spinner there last couple of weeks, that's for sure. Might try it a little bit tonight, but I doubt it. I'm probably going to go to my walker right off the bat and see how that works. And I know the medium spoon works real well for these peacock bass, the Club Series medium spoon. So maybe we'll hit him up a little bit. All right, next in line, what do you got here, Buck? Omni float. So bringing him along. What I got here? Why not hook and some small minnows? That's perfect for this fish down here. And this is overkill, but it's the smallest casting rod I have. It has function. It has purpose. It's just not for this water. That's why I have it in my bag. And we got Laker Pro, 13-pound setup here with a breamer on him. I got 13, 14, and 12. Probably 11 here on that. Yep. And that's a good bottom rod for here. Don't need much more than that for these small bass. Now, I'm probably going to switch out. My all around here. My big ollie. I'm going to get rid of him before we go. And more than likely, I'll probably take tarpon aren't really that big. Probably just my heavy chasers. I'll put a heavy chaser in my bag here just for a bottom rod for out there when we get to the salty delta. So that'll probably be the only change I make to my arsenal, guys. Will be that. Man, what a night I'm having. Sorry about that. All right, well, that's our half an hour. I hope you got a. And I'm really excited about the new gear that's coming down the pipe for the Maldives. So I'm anxious to see some of that new gear. I like having that gear. You know, Buck, I gotta have it all. I gotta try it all out. See what works. I don't think colors have a whole lot to do though in this game. I really don't. I want to think so. I really want to think so bad that all the colors are for real. I don't know. I'd love to get my hand on just 25 lines of code that run these fish. And I have a specific 25 lines of code I want to see. But I'll never get to do that. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back at 8. Headed to Florida. We're going to go down there and grab us up some fish. If you don't mind, there's 2 switches on your way out. One throws up that thumb, the other one turns the lights out. Appreciate it. Hey, we'll see you later. Never give up the fight.